In the day 3 notes, we are going to start with word problems. For each of our word problems, we are going to do 3 things. First, we're going to state the variable and what it represents. Part B, we're going to set up an equation to represent the situation. And part C, we're going to solve the equation and give the answer with correct units. In example 1, it says, on Friday, Robert scored 125 in his bowling game. This was 15 points more than his score on Sunday. How many points did Robert score on Sunday? So the first thing we have to come up with is what's our variable and what does it represent? So what are we looking to find? So in part A, our variable, we are looking at how many points Robert scored on Sunday. So we're going to make that a statement. Do not ever write your variable as a question. So if we're looking for how many points, how many refers to the number of points that Robert made. So in letter A, let's use P, and we're going to let P equal the number of points Robert scored on Sunday. Your variable most of the time will come from that last sentence, from the question part of it. Next, we have to set up an equation to represent our situation. So in part B, we need to come up with an equation. As we look through our sentence, it says on Friday, Robert scored 125 in his bowling game. This word was, a lot of times it could be the word is. This indicates an equal sign. So was, is, means equals. So what we want to do is we kind of know that's where our equal sign is. So we're going to start with our equal sign. On the left-hand side of that word was, that represents equals, is the word this. This represents something from the sentence before. What are we talking about from the sentence before? We're talking about Robert's score of 125. So on the left-hand side of our equal sign, we're going to put in 125. So 125 was, and then if we get over here, it shows that it was 15 points more than his score on Sunday. Now, those words, more than, this one right here, this is an important one. More than, and then less than. So this also refers to less than and more than. Whatever number it is, that number should always go last. And what I mean by that is if I have 15 points more than means addition. So if I start with my addition sign, that 15 goes after it. It goes at the very end of the equation. So what I basically have to do is I have to figure out what's here. So whatever's after the more than is going to come before. So 15 points more than his score on Sunday. Well, his score on Sunday is what we're looking to find. That was our variable that we picked out right here. So the score on Sunday, that goes over here, that's P. So we have 125 is equal to P plus 15. And our last step in part C is to solve the equation. We never ever want to touch the equation in part B because you will be getting a grade for that, and if you start crossing things out and making a mess with it, I won't be able to tell what your original equation was. So when we get to part C, we're going to rewrite the equation. 125 equals P plus 15, and we're going to solve it. Since we are adding 15 to the side with the variable, the opposite of adding would be to subtract. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 15 on the right, which means I also have to subtract 15 on the left. And I get my answer that 125 minus 15 is 110, equal to P. So I can say that Robert scored 110 points. 110 points on Sunday. And that's my answer.